Fate. The development of events beyond a person's control, regarded as determined by a supernatural power. Bruh. Good people can do bad things and bad people can do good things. What makes them different? We all have the power to choose. It's a power. Each choice that we make shapes our life, our future. But what if all the choices that we made have been chosen for us already? And all of those choices have predetermined paths. Basically like an either or example. You choose either this or that, right? And they say you have a choice between either this or that. But what if you don't want to choose either this or that? What if it's another choice over there that you was not given that could benefit you greater, right? Basically, if you take away something from someone and say that they can't have it or make it seem valuable, they will fight for their right to have it. But what if that thing that they were fighting for was not as valuable as it was perceived to be? All of your time and focus was spent on fighting for something that probably wasn't that important anyway, but they made you think that it was.
So listen. The only way I'm performing is if you turn up for me and Ski today, right now. You hear me?
I don't do sacrifices. I just do hard work. And if I'm gonna sacrifice anything, it's gonna be myself.
What's your favorite song you've ever done?
I spoke to the devil in Miami. He said everything will be fine.
That's your favorite one?
Yeah.
Growing up in a rough environment without certain privileges and certain advantages, you know, it could drive good people, good, well-meaning people to do bad things, right? You tend to look outside of yourself for validation, outside of yourself for acceptance and for happiness. This type of validation seeking, you know, this happiness seeking can lead people down a dark path. A cycle, basically, a perpetual cycle of looking outside of yourself for validation and happiness and acceptance. This is a weakened state of mind, and that can leave you vulnerable to unknown temptations of the flesh, temptations of the spirit.
Alright, so xxxtentacion means unknown temptation.
And when you lean into those temptations, make a deal with that entity, take a bite out of that forbidden fruit, your fate is sealed from the choices that you made.
Everybody wants to achieve some sort of happiness or stability. Everybody requires stability and happiness. What about the ones that have not made it there yet? I say Onfroy was weak. X is the complete opposite. X desires control, controversy, wealth. X has desires. Y'all say Onfroy had no desires.
How does it feel though to be free? Like does it feel the same as being in the jail? Or I mean, it's got to feel a little different, no?
I don't feel free.
You don't feel free?
No.
Damn.
Bruh, I can only imagine walking around every day knowing that I've gained everything that I could ever want in this physical world, but it not meaning anything because I know ultimately there's a price to pay. This type of insight, this type of knowledge can make you not give a f, not care about people's feelings, not care about outcomes, not care about what people think about you. And that's been evident through actions.
Literally, you'd be like, oh, I took LSD and I talked to a spirit that's a demon and told me information about myself, about how long I'm gonna live, that they're gonna come get him at some point. I really didn't like that at that point.
It could make you care less. Like anybody can come up to you and say any little dumb thing and it pisses you off, right? I can understand that. And it can possibly leave you in a state of depression. Just imagine the world is embracing you with love, but when you're finally alone, when you're alone by yourself with nothing but your thoughts and your demons, right, then you feel like, damn, bro.
I hate thinking about my history. I hate thinking about the things that I don't want to remember. Currently, I'm in a huge state of paranoia. Just due to my past and just the things and the people I've associated myself with previously. So I'm trying my best to escape that realm of mind and that realm of thought in order to evolve into not only a teacher, but just someone to motivate the youth and to push the youth in a positive direction. Okay, I know how it feels to be alone. I know how it feels to be around people and feel alone. Like, I'll be around a million people and I'll like still feel alone. Like,
when you really think about it, why else you think that nigga music was so good? Lil homie was going through some things, and that was probably one of the only ways he could share his mind, his heart with his fans. He's still human. Like I said, good people can do bad things, and bad people can do good things. And as people, we all evolve. We all grow and change and become better. Then we start to see how our actions can affect the people that we love, the people that love us and care about us, the people that support us. We can see how our actions can negatively affect other people. And when we really truly realize that, you know, that's when we start to change. That's when he started to change, right? And turn a negative into a positive. And he was in the process of doing that. He was using this platform for good instead of evil to help as many people as he could. I mean, we literally saw him in the process of changing. It was in the music, it was in his actions, it was in the experience that he was sharing with his fans. We saw him really trying to turn a negative into a positive, regardless of his fate, right? See, he had the free will to choose what to do with his life every single day, even though he knew what his fate was, and he chose good. Unfortunately for X, he could not escape his fate. When you are unable to hold up your end of the bargain, that entity will come and collect. X had the free will to choose the whole time. He could have chose to continue to go down a destructive, chaotic path. And if he did that, he would probably still be alive. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he would have still had the same fate. He actively chose to turn a negative into a positive. Even though he knew exactly how it would end, he did it anyway.
all right, let's say worst thing comes to worst, I die a tragic death or some shit, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves and able to take my message and use it and turn it into something positive, and to at least have a good life. I at least, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy, or they found some sort of answers or resolve in my life, regardless of the negative around my name, regardless of the bad things people say to me. I don't give a. If something makes you happy, follow it. Now, do not be toxic in that. Do not take my words and twist them and turn them negative. Do not be toxic. I want for everybody that follows me and supports me to make sure you are being healthy in mind, being caring, compromising for the ones you love.
The ghost.
Bruh, you recording?